Alright guys, so the month of May is in the history books. It is time now to talk about my 10 most anticipated 4K and Blu-ray titles that are coming out in the month of June 2024. If you're ready, let's do this. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today, guys, we're going to talk about my 10 most anticipated Blu-ray and 4K titles that are coming out in the month of June 2024. Hard to believe we have already arrived to another month, guys. We are halfway through this year after this month. It is absolutely crazy, guys. We're also going to talk about, in addition to my 10 most anticipated, I've got honorable mentions to talk about. A lot of honorable mentions. There's a lot of good stuff coming out this month, guys. There really is. And then we're going to talk about some other notable titles. Of course, I'm not going to be able to cover everything that's coming out in the month of June. That is for my weekly physical media report. That is what that is for. I cover all the titles. I break it down every single week, everything that's coming out. It is very likely, guys, there is stuff that you're looking forward to that I will not discuss today at all, but definitely let me know what you're looking forward to in that comment section below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A lot of this stuff that I cover here today, my most anticipated, I will be doing in-depth unboxings and reviews for on the channel at some point in the month of June. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button as well. Definitely helps out the channel and the YouTube algorithm and all that fancy YouTube stuff. But let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. Let's start off with my first most anticipated for the month of June, and that is going to be the Bluray 4K Steelbook. This is coming out from Sony on June the 4th for $34.49. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this. And I know what you're thinking, guys. You're like, Ken, there's already a regular standard edition, 4K edition of Bluray. Why do you need the Steelbook? You said before you don't like the Steelbook. You don't want to collect the Steelbooks, all that stuff. Well, guys, look, with this one in particular, the past Bluray 4K release did not have the Dolby Vision. And since I don't have it in the collection anyway, I haven't seen Bluray in 4K. When I get Bluray on 4K, I want it with the best possible picture quality. And that is what this Steelbook's going to have. And yeah, I haven't seen this movie in a very long time. I don't think I've seen Bluray since middle school. So I'm very excited to dive back into this one because I know the cast is incredible. I didn't love it when I was a kid, so I'm sure that I'll like it more now. But you got a great cast in this movie. Morgan Freeman's in this film. You got Matthew Broderick in this movie. So great cast. Denzel Washington is in this movie. I think this is one of Denzel's like first big breakout roles in his career. I know he was in stuff before, but I think this is one of his like first big roles that he was actually nominated for an Academy Award, I believe. But I'm very excited to check this one out on 4K with Dolby Vision. I'm sure it's going to look beautiful, and maybe possibly I will be doing a review for that one on the channel at some point this month. But this comes out from Sony June the 4th, $34.49. Are you excited for Bluray? Let me know in the comment section below. Now let's get into my second most anticipated, guys. This is Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. This is coming out from Warner Brothers on June the 11th. We have several editions that are coming out. We have a 4K for $29.99. We have a Blu-ray edition for $29.96. I have no idea why these are so close in price. The Amazon prices, guys, that I am discussing in today's video, because this is so far in advance, like it's very likely because Amazon has been doing a weird thing lately where they will not adjust the prices down from SRP until like the release is getting ready to come out. So it's very likely that some of these prices may fluctuate by the time the release actually comes out. But the Blu-ray is $29.96 as of today when I'm talking about it. We also have a 4K Walmart Steelbook, Walmart exclusive Steelbook for $34.99, and a Godzilla Kong Monsterverse 5-film collection, a big ass box set with all 5 of the Kong Godzilla films, the 2 Godzilla films, I think, Kong Skull Island, and then you got the 2 Godzilla versus Kong films in it. And this is going to be for $99.96. Doesn't seem like a terrible price for this because there's 5 movies on 4K. 1 movie is brand new in this set, and it's really awesome artwork. And I'm actually interested in what these new, because this is the first of the new style of like box set packaging that Warner Brothers is putting out for these franchises. They've actually got one for the Mad Max franchise coming soon with Furiosa. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what these, I'm not going to get this because I have the Steelbook set with the first 4 Monsterverse movies in it on 4K already, but I'm curious to see some unboxings and see some people show this one off when it actually comes out. But yeah, guys, Godzilla x Kong, I like these movies for the most part. I did like Godzilla vs. Kong when it came out back in, I think, 2021. I was curious to check out the sequel, but for sure. And Godzilla vs. Kong is like one of the best looking like new movie 4K. So I'm excited to see this one on home video and see if it measures up. And yeah, this movie's directed by Adam Wingard as well. I'm a fan of him, so I do like to support him and check out his movies. Even though I'm not like the most excited for this film, I do want to see it because I've seen all the other ones and I want to see where they take this ridiculous storyline in the Godzilla Kong monsterverse. So let me know if you're excited for Godzilla x Kong, the new Empire, in that comment section below. Also coming out on June the 11th is my third most anticipated, and that is the movie Immaculate, getting a Blu-ray release from Decal Releasing for $14.69. So I think that this one is getting an overseas 4K release, but I'm kind of holding out for this one to get some kind of a better 4K packaging somewhere down the line. I'm thinking, hoping that maybe Second Sight gets this one at some point, puts it out a nice 4K release. But I'm excited to get this one, guys, because I saw it in the theaters. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. It's probably my first favorite horror film of 2024 so far. Really enjoyed this movie. And the director himself, guys, Michael Mohan, actually watches my content on YouTube. So I want to support him. I want to check out his movie on Blu-ray. He did a commentary for this one as well. He cares about physical media. He collects physical media. I think that's super cool to have filmmakers kind of be one of us and be a collector like us. I think that's awesome. And I'm hoping that he uses his pull as a director and as a physical media enthusiast to get a nice 4K edition of Immaculate out on home video at some point. But this does have a director commentary. I think it's got a couple of special features as well. And I'm excited to watch this movie again on home video because I did really like it a lot in the theater. But Immaculate, guys, look, I'm going to push this on you guys. I'm going to push this Blu-ray on you guys. This director supports physical media. He's one of the few filmmakers that actually actively gets out there and lets his voice be heard in support of physical media. So support him as a filmmaker. This Blu-ray is only $14.69. Buy this thing. Make this one of your releases that you purchase this month, in the month of June. I will have all the links for everything that I talk about in today's video down below in the description. So use all those links if you're interested in pre-ordering any of these items that I discussed in today's video. But if you only order one thing, only one thing in the month of June, use the link down below and order Immaculate on Blu-ray. I promise that if you like movies like Rosemary's Baby, Hereditary, like it kind of plays in that similar ballpark. It's a really great horror film, nice atmospheric horror film that I definitely would recommend. And it's only $14.69. Support this filmmaker, get this Blu-ray. I'm asking you, I'm begging you. Let's go ahead and jump into my fourth most anticipated for the month of June. I actually already have this in my collection. I showed it off on an episode of Physical Media Lives recently, but we have Mute Witness on 4K. This is coming out on June the 11th from Arrow Video. This is going to be $34.99 for the 4K edition, and also a Blu-ray edition is going to be available for $25.98. So very looking forward to watching this movie. Haven't got to watch it yet. I do hope to have a review for this one at some point very soon, and I've heard great things about this movie, so super excited to check this one out for sure. And next up, guys, coming in at my fifth most anticipated is Chinatown, coming out on 4K, guys, from Paramount Presents on June the 18th for a price point of $35.19. So very, very excited. This may be, of everything that's coming out this month, my most anticipated in terms of what classic film am I looking forward to watching for the first time the most, because I've never seen this movie. I've heard great things about it. It's got Jack Nicholson, who's one of my all-time favorite actors, and I'm just really excited to get to experience this movie for the first time in glorious 4K as a part of the Paramount Presents line. I think there's some new features in here as well, a new commentary as well, so really cool addition. I'm glad that Paramount Presents seems to be the destination for the prestige as far as the Paramount Presents catalog. I'm glad they're finally using it for their movies, their classic films that have that high level of notoriety that people love. It just feels like they're doing more prestigious type films in this line, and I'm definitely all here for it. So Chinatown on 4K, guys, super looking forward to this one. Like I said, it's probably my most anticipated. If I was ranking these, that would probably be number one at all the ones that we're talking about. I'm super looking forward to this, and definitely expect a review for Chinatown on the channel at some point in June. So next up, guys, coming in at number 6, my sixth most anticipated is RoboCop 2, coming out on 4K, guys, from Screen Factory on June the 18th for $32.99. There's also several site exclusives available on the Screen Factory Shout Factory website. We have a double slipcover package, guys. If you want alternate slipcover artwork for RoboCop 2, you can get it on the Screen Factory website for $44.98. There's also a pen and lobby card double slip package edition, guys. If you want all the extra stuff for $149.99, very steep price point for that. I can settle personally just for the slipcover edition off of Amazon for $32.99. So I'll admit it, I'm a little bit disappointed that Arrow Video couldn't get the license to this and put it out so it can match my nice Arrow Video 4K edition of RoboCop. But I am excited to watch RoboCop 2 in 4K. This is one that I haven't seen in quite some time. I just watched the first RoboCop on 4K with my son. It looked excellent. I'm sure this is going to look great as well on 4K, so I'm looking forward to being able to share the second movie in the franchise with him when this comes out from Screen Factory on June the 18th. So if you're looking forward to RoboCop 2, guys, I'll buy that for $2 in 4K. Let me know in that comment section below. And next up, guys, my 7th most anticipated is American Gigolo, coming out on 4K from Arrow Video. This is getting the nice big box set Arrow Video treatment on June the 18th. There's also a Blu-ray edition as well for $25.98. And there's a site exclusive with the original poster art of American Gigolo on the Arrow Video website. So I'll be honest with this one, I'm not necessarily looking forward to watching the film because I just watched it. It's a film directed by Paul Schrader. I love him as a director. I'm checking out more of his films now. I watched Hardcore this year. If I'm being completely honest, I wish that Hardcore was getting like a box set treatment like this because that's a great movie that I loved. American Gigolo, I thought it was good. It had a nice like 80s vibe and aesthetic to it. And I thought Richard Gere was fantastic in it. I'm not necessarily, though, after seeing it, chomping at the bit to watch a 4K of this movie. But I do love collecting the Arrow Video big box set releases. I am getting this one in from Arrow Video, and I will be reviewing this one on the channel. So I am excited to dig into all the special features and everything that comes with this. Check out the booklet, all that good stuff, guys. But if you're excited for American Gigolo in 4K, maybe you didn't just watch it, you're excited to revisit this one in 4K. I'm sure Arrow Video, like that Paramount Blu-ray looked okay, but honestly, it didn't look great. So I'm sure the Arrow Video 4K is going to look fantastic. So I cannot wait to check that out when it comes in on June the 18th. Now coming in at number 8, guys, I'm very excited for this. It's not my most anticipated of the month. It's not the thing I'm looking forward to the most, but I am really looking forward to rewatching this movie and just kind of seeing what it looks like in 4K. Like it's an animated film, but that's South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut coming out in 4K from Paramount on June the 25th. Just getting a slipcover version for $23.19. So yeah, I'm very curious what this one's going to look like in 4K. I don't have the Blu-ray for this. I just have the DVD. So I'm wondering what this is going to look like in 4K with the HDR. Like, is it going to look that much better? Like I said, I don't have that Blu-ray, so I'm not really going to be able to compare. And I don't think that Paramount's going to provide the Blu-ray here. So I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to how they present this movie in the 4K format. I don't buy a ton of animated on 4K, but this one for sure I will be doing a review of because I cannot wait to rewatch this one. This is one I saw in the theaters when I was 13 years old. I remember my sister took me to see it, and I just laughed my head off for like the entire hour and a half. I thought it was so funny. I was the biggest South Park fan when I was a little kid, so super excited to revisit this one in 4K. That comes out on June the 25th. Next up, guys, we have Team America, another film directed by Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Team America World Police is coming out on 4K from Paramount on June the 25th. This is going to be $19.96, so this one's going to be a little bit cheaper than South Park on 4K. Now, this one I have not seen since the theaters, but this one I feel like more so than South Park has the potential to look really great on 4K because of the puppetry and all that stuff. I just feel like because a lot of that is like real, and I think that stuff's going to look really good in 4K, just like the textures of the puppetry and all that stuff, the puppets themselves. I think all that stuff's going to look really good in 4K. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right in that? Let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, this is one, again, I haven't seen this for a very long time. The only thing I remember about it is Matt Damon, but I am excited to revisit this one in 4K, and I will probably end up doing a review for that one on the channel as well. So coming in at number 10, guys, my 10th most anticipated, my last most anticipated is Purple Rain. Purple Rain. I just can't say the title without actually singing it, so I do apologize for letting my horrible singing voice be revealed on the Mid-Level Media channel today for all of you all to hear. But anyway, Purple Rain, guys, coming out on 4K from Warner Brothers. This is coming out on June the 25th as well for $33.99. So I am really looking forward to this movie. I haven't watched it in probably like 5 or 6 years. I think I watched it on Netflix, and that was a first-time watch. Now, I did buy it on Blu-ray, but I haven't yet watched that Blu-ray. I will pop it in on Blu-ray and check out the differences between that and the 4K release. But this movie, I think of all the movies that are coming out this month on 4K, I think this one has the potential to be the best 4K of the month. I just feel like this movie has such a visual style to it. And I'm just thinking of those concert set piece moments, all the purple smoke and the lights and all that stuff. That's going to look so fantastic on 4K, and I cannot wait to see it. Now, there is an overseas steelbook release as well with this, but we're not getting one in the States, which I am a little bit disappointed in. But if you're looking forward to Purple Rain, guys, I like this movie. I don't love this movie like other people do, but there's no doubt that this movie has incredible music, and I'm excited to revisit it and watch it just for the music and the aesthetic and the style of the film itself. So yeah, Purple Rain, 40th anniversary, 4K edition coming out on June the 25th. Let me know if you're excited for it in that comment section below. And let's go ahead and jump into my honorable mentions. So all of these titles I'm getting ready to talk about, there's like 10 titles here that's in my honorable mentions. Like, this is a huge month for physical media, guys. I realize that. I always look at these months and I'm like, oh, it doesn't look like anything's coming out. But when I really break it down, like, there's always just so much to get excited about. So all of these, I may get some of these this month, I may not, but I'm interested in all of these. All of these will end up in my collection at some point. I just may wait on some future sales for some of the labels and then to be marked down on Amazon later on. But I will have these in the collection at some point. The first one is Rango, the 4K Steelbook, coming out on June the 4th from Paramount for $27.99. Now, this is one that I probably will go ahead and get just because of the nature of this release. It's a Steelbook, and, you know, those are usually limited. They run out at some point, so I don't think I can wait too long. Now, this is another Steelbook only release, which is honestly a pet peeve of mine at this point. I've definitely made that clear. We got other ones that we're going to be talking about, but, you know, if they're going to make it only available on 4K through a Steelbook, I guess I'm going to have to play the game and get it because I do want this one in the collection. I heard some good things about this movie. We also got La Femme Nikita getting a 4K Steelbook on June the 11th from Sony. Of course, Sony with the 4K Steelbooks only, guys. No slipcover action for this one for $34.49. So this is another one that I'll probably have to break down and get this month because I don't want this one to sell out or anything. Even though I will say with Sony, they don't usually let their Steelbooks run out. They'll put them back in stock. They'll put them back in print. But I don't want to miss out on this film. It's a Luc Besson film. I haven't seen this movie, so I am excited to pick that one up and watch it on 4K this month. We got Stop Motion getting a Blu-ray release on June the 11th from RLJE for $15.39. And I've heard some good things about this movie. This is a new horror film about a stop motion animator, and there's some horrific things surrounding that character, I believe. I don't know too much about the film. I don't like trailers and reading too much about these movies, but I have heard good things about this film. It's only $15.39 because it's so cheap. I probably will end up picking it up this month. We got Bound coming out on 4K, guys, on June the 18th from the Criterion Collection for $34.99. This has got Jennifer Tilly, Gina Gershon in it. It's got some spicy material throughout from what I've heard, but I've also heard it's a really great kind of film noir film, so I am excited to check that one out at some point. It's not going to be this month. The price point is $34.99. There's also a Blu-ray for $27.99, but it will be 50% off during the Barnes & Noble 50% off sale in July and also November. So I'll probably wait till a Criterion sale or a flash sale or something like that to pick this up. We also have Beverly Hills Ninja getting a Blu-ray release on June the 18th from Sony for $26.99. I have to own this in the collection at some point. I love Chris Farley. I want to support his movies getting a Blu-ray release, but I do not want to spend $26.99 to get this movie on Blu-ray. I honestly don't feel like this movie is going to sell very well. I could be wrong. Maybe it sells like gangbusters, but I feel like at some point this will be marked down to maybe the high teens, maybe at 1860 or 1950 or something like that, and I'll pick it up then. I'll wait till it gets marked down a little bit, and I will pick it up then. We got American Fiction getting a Blu-ray release on June the 18th from Warner Brothers for $22.95. I think this movie was nominated for Best Picture. I believe it was. I think it won an Academy Award for writing. I've heard great things about the movie, so I am excited to check that one out. We also got Matinee with John Goodman getting a 4K release on June the 28th from Shout Factory for $32.99. I'm going to be honest, this one almost made it into my 10 most anticipated, but I don't know if I'm going to grab this month. There's a lot of stuff to grab, and I'm trying to budget a little bit better, so I may wait a little bit down the line to end up picking up Matinee on 4K, but I will get it. We also got The Guyver getting a 4K release, guys, on June the 28th from Unearthed Films for $41.99. So I had a lot of people at work telling me about this movie, telling me I need to see this film. I'm not a legitimate film fan unless I've seen The Guyver, so that definitely has intrigued me, and I feel like I have to see this movie, and now it's got a 4K release coming out on June the 28th. So I am excited to watch this one. And it's got Mark Hamill in it. It's got Luke Skywalker. So let me know if they're correct. This is a movie that I need to see. The Guyver coming out on 4K, guys. I'm excited to get it for sure. That's an honorable mention. We also got Blown Away on 4K, guys, coming out on June the 28th from Kino Lorber for $28.70. Also a Blu-ray release for $20.67. So this is a movie with, I think, Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones. I've heard great things about this movie. Definitely excited to check it out. We also got Turbulence on 4K coming out on June the 28th from Kino Lorber. Very good month for Kino Lorber, by the way, for $29.99. There's also a Blu-ray version as well for $24.99. So that's all my honorable mentions, guys. Again, I may get some of these this month. I may not get some of these this month, but I am excited to get all of those at some point. Now let's go ahead and jump into some other notable titles, some stuff that I'm not really necessarily looking forward to picking up anytime soon, but I may get them somewhere down the line. Same with honorable mentions. They're just ones that are kind of there, and I may get them, I may not, but I thought I would discuss them because they are notable titles that are coming out in the month of June. We got Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas coming out on 4K on June the 4th from the Criterion Collection for $34.99. I already have a nice Arrow video edition of this, so I don't need this edition, so that's why I'm not excited for it. We got the Back to the Future individual 4K case pack. So this is a Back to the Future 4K set that has the individual 4K cases inside. Now, I may be tempted to get this if they all had slipcovers on the inside or if they were individual slipcover releases, but since they're just the cases and I already have these movies on 4K in a nice set, I have no interest in getting this. But if you didn't buy that set, then sure, pick this up from Universal, June the 4th for $46.19. We also have Shrek Forever After coming out on 4K on June the 11th from Universal for $20.99. And there's also a 4K 4-pack with all 4 of the Shrek films for $51.09. We got Species 2 coming out on 4K on June the 11th from Screen Factory for $32.99. So I do have the first one on 4K. I'll probably get this at some point, but I'm going to wait till it goes down to like, I don't know, 18 or 20 bucks in like a sale or something, because I really don't think that Species 2 on 4K is going to sell out anytime soon. We got RoboCop 2014 on 4K on June the 18th as well from Screen Factory for $32.99. I don't think I ever need this movie in the collection, but I'm going to watch it on Blu-ray in my collection first before I actually get this 4K. Maybe I love it. Maybe it looks great on 4K and I'll get it at some point, but I have no interest in getting the RoboCop remake on 4K for sure. We got Taxi Driver, the 4K Steelbook coming out June the 25th from Sony for $45.99. Now, unlike the Glory 4K Steelbook, this is not going to add in Dolby Vision because the Dolby Vision was present in the Taxi Driver 4K that came out as a part of the Columbia Classics Volume 2. So there's really no reason for me to get this other than I love Taxi Driver and I would want a cool Steelbook for it. But that's $45.99. And I'm just not gonna spend that kind of money just because I love a movie and I want a 4K Steelbook of it. I've got the movie on 4K with all the stuff that this Steelbook has, so I am good with the Taxi Driver 4K Steelbook. But it's definitely good for people that didn't get that Columbia Classics set. They can get Taxi Driver standalone on 4K. We also got Blue Velvet on 4K from the Criterion Collection coming out on June the 25th for $34.99. More David Lynch on 4K, never a bad thing. We also got Brokeback Mountain coming out on 4K, guys, on June the 25th from Kino Lorber for $39.99. There's also a Blu-ray release of it as well for $24.99. This is one that I will get probably at some point, but it'll be in a Kino Lorber sale later on down the line. We also got Ghostbusters Frozen Empire coming out on June the 25th from Sony on 4K for $32.99, getting a Blu-ray for $26.99, a 4K Steelbook for $41.49, and a Walmart Blu-ray Steelbook for $29.96, and a double pack Walmart ice mold set, guys, for $58.43. Really cool little ice mold included in that as well. So this is a movie that I saw in the theaters, and I'm not necessarily jumping to own this one on physical media, especially not for $33. So I will wait till this one goes on sale to get it. And lastly, guys, we have the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, the new Guy Ritchie film, is coming out on June the 25th from Lionsgate, getting a 4K for $42.99, a Blu-ray for $39.99, and a 4K Steelbook for $39.99, which I do really like that Steelbook. It's an awesome Steelbook, but I may get it at some point. I may not, but that price is going to have to go down just a little bit. $40 for a Steelbook, guys. I just won't do it. I just will not do it at this point. So there you have it, guys. That is my most anticipated for the month of June. I hope you feel like you got a good look at the month of June, a nice preview in this video. Definitely let me know in the comment section below what you're the most looking forward to in the month of June. Your 10 most anticipated, your 5 most anticipated, your 20 most anticipated coming out in June? Let me know in that comment section below. Like I said, guys, I will link everything that I discussed in today's video down below in the description. So definitely use those links if you are interested in any of these titles. They're Amazon affiliate links. And if you use them, you'll be supporting the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, guys, turn on those bell notifications for all future videos and follow me on all of my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.